Hey guys, this is my presentation on Todd, Willingham. I originally wanted to do a Google slide with my video down at the bottom, but Google does not want to cooperate with me, so I made these cutouts to explain everything. So hope you enjoy. So here's the about. This case was about a fire that happened in a house that killed 3 children, and Todd Willingham was convicted of this on December 23rd, 1991 in Corsicana, Texas. Willingham was asleep and a fire started in the house. The wife was away shopping at the Salvation Army because this was around Christmas time. This fire killed 3 kids. 2 were twins, they were 1 year old, and the other one was 2 years old. I have important case theories here that I would like to discuss. The first thing I would like to discuss is that at the Willingham trials, the prosecutor claimed that Todd Willingham, intentionally started this fire to kill his kids. Willingham said that he was asleep and he had nothing to do with this fire and that he was 100% innocent and he would maintain his innocence throughout this whole case. He was convicted based on testimony of forensic experts who said that they knew he intentionally did this, and he was also convicted based on a jail informant that claimed that he had confessed this to him. While the cases have been reviewed for several years, researchers and investigators have said that they used outdated theories, which caused Willingham to be convicted, wrongfully convicted. I have evidence here on this case. The fire happened and police investigators went in. They found puddles of char on the ground, which indicated that whoever started this fire used a fire accelerant to start the fire, and this was throughout the whole house. There were puddles everywhere. They said this fire started fast and it started hot. Very, very hot, killing everybody in this house except for Mr. Willingham. The investigators found that there really was no clear motive on why he had started this fire, but they did investigate the wife as well, asking if they were fighting or if they had any reason to kill his daughters, and she said they were not fighting. There really wasn't any reason behind it. Further evidence to this case would suggest that he was wrongfully convicted. The next thing I would like to discuss is that the informant that was used for this trial had mental disorders and claims that he heard Cameron talk about how he wanted to hide something that his wife had done to the kids, or if the kid was dead and they wanted to cover it up. And they used this evidence in court to convict him, but the informant's name was Johnny Webb. Webb had said that he may have been mistaken because he was on medications due to bipolar disorder. So he wasn't sure if it was the voices in his head that were hearing this or if it was Todd Willingham. The next thing I would like to discuss this way is the evaluation of the conduct of the criminal justice system. There have been multiple questions that were raised whether or not Willingham was really guilty or not. After he died, he was convicted of the murder of his 3 kids, and he was put to death with lethal injection. So after he died, there was a lot of question on whether he did this or not. And I took this quote right from Newsweek.com. It was from his family, and it says, "His conviction rested on junk science and a jailhouse informant. In the days before Todd's execution in February 2004, a nationally recognized arson expert, Dr. Gerald Hurst, submitted a detailed report to Governor Rick Perry and Texas courts showing that the arson evidence was false, and it was based on false assumptions that had been discredited decades earlier. Todd didn't spread accelerant around his house to start a fire. No chemical evidence of accelerant was found in debris." I believe that there was not enough evidence and there was not enough reliable evidence to convict Todd Willingham of this murder. to even put him to death, I don't think there was enough evidence for that. If there was more evidence, maybe there could have been a really solid case for this, but I just don't think with the stuff that they had, it was enough. I also had the possible applications for this as well. I feel like there most certainly needs to have an improvement in the criminal justice system. I think that the investigative team needs more training on fire in general, because I feel like if they had more training on this, we could have applied more knowledge to this case and had a better conviction than what was already happening. I also would like to just say that I found a quote when I was researching all of this, and it was from a Texas Forensic Science Commission, and they issued its report that the convictions of Cameron Todd Willingham, basically recommending that they needed more training and that the training they had was outdated, and who knows whether or not this was a right conviction or not. And I think that if we applied all of the training we have now to what we had back then, I think there may have been a different outcome in this. So my next thing I would like to talk about is to get you guys involved, because I think this was a really cool case, and I know I went through it a little quickly, but it is a short, kind of like a little TED Talk. But what are your opinions on this? What do you guys think that could have been done, maybe could have not been done? Do you agree that Cameron Todd Willingham deserved the death penalty, deserved to go to jail? If there really wasn't, there's like 2 things of evidence that they really used on this guy, and I feel like for me personally, I don't think it was enough. So what are your thoughts in general about this case? What do you guys think they could have done better? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Alright, I just wanted to include this at the end of my video. I know this is a little long and I apologize, but I did really work hard on my presentation, and I just wanted to show you guys just each slide so you guys know basically what my presentation was based off of and where I got all of the stuff I was talking about from.